Hello and welcome to Math 10 College Algebra for summer 2024. I'm the instructor, Dan Kleinfelter. The purpose of this video is to go over some of the basic parts of Canvas that you'll need in order to get the course done, and also to take a look at the syllabus, which goes over the policies and procedures for our course. So taking a look, first of all, in Canvas, if you've already used Canvas a bunch, then bear with me. This part will go by relatively fast. If not, don't worry. Canvas is relatively easy to use. Once you've logged into Canvas and clicked on the tile for our course, then you should see a screen like the one that you're seeing here, approximately. You won't see the pink bar at the bottom. That is basically the student view that I have as an instructor. So yours won't be pink across the bottom, but other than that, it should look the same. There are basically three areas in Canvas that you need to pay attention to. The red stripe on the left, a set of blue links kind of as the next column, and then the middle column here where it says getting started. So down the left side first, account right there is going to be where you log out of Canvas when you're done. Dashboard will take you back to your list of courses, as will courses. If you do any kind of messaging through Canvas, you can read and respond to messages through the inbox. The rest of it you're not really going to need in our course. You're always welcome to click on help down here if you want help. And in general, if you want to explore Canvas, you won't break anything by clicking on it. But again, to summarize, for our purposes, you need account to log out, dashboard to switch between courses, optionally inbox to check and send and receive messages. In the next column, home takes you to the screen that you see right here. Discussions, we may have a couple of discussion posts that you'll need to read and respond to. People, click on that and you'll see what it does. Modules will also take you to the screen that you're seeing right here. And then everything else is optional. Software needs and everything else, this is kind of provided by the college. I didn't make anything past modules, so it's pretty generic stuff. Okay, the main thing that you're going to need is right here in the middle where it says getting started, which you've already seen if you clicked on the link and are watching the video. Introduction, start here. This is the video you're watching right now, and we're going to go through the rest of this stuff below that here in a second. Before we do that, though, I did want to point out a navigation tip for Canvas. You see to the left of getting started, there's a little triangle that points downward. That means that that's a block of items that is open, and so you can view those items below it. If you click on that little triangle, you'll see that the point then points to the right, and all of the stuff that was there is now hidden, and you can see this helpful information block. Let me go ahead and close that too. So when triangle is pointing to the right, that means that there's stuff below that box. And if you click on the little triangle, it's going to open it up so that you can see the things underneath. All right, so again, what's going on inside the getting started box? The introduction, start here. That's the video you're watching right now. We're going to go over the syllabus here in a minute. Below that, an introduction to MyOpenMath. That's another video that goes over the software that we're going to use in our course to get all of our math done. MyOpenMath, that is a link to that software. MyOpenMathInfo.pdf is a PDF that gives you information getting that account set up. In case you're wondering, MyOpenMath is free. There's no cost to the student for that. As a whole, our course is no cost. We are using a free book and free software for you. All right, MyOpenMath course ID. MyOpenMath will need a course ID to identify this particular course versus statistics at some college in Kansas or somewhere else, or some other course. So that course ID will identify our particular course. You'll need that. And in the video intro to MyOpenMath, where we show you how to create the account, we'll see that that's where we end up needing that course ID. As I'd mentioned, our book is free. There's a link to a PDF of it here as the last item under getting started. One other thing to note in Canvas is that there are some icons to the left of each of these items that tells you basically what each item, what the type of each item is. A kind of stylized chain link, that's going to be an external link. And if you hover over it, the tooltip that comes up is external URL. So things that look like chains are external links. Things that look like paper clips are documents. Also, you'll see on the links that there's a box and an arrow pointing out of it to everything that is an external link. The My Open Math course ID is just text. There's nothing to click on there. But everything that is clickable has an icon to the left of it. Okay, so below the Getting Started box, we're going to go over the syllabus in a minute. Below the Getting Started box is a set of helpful information. This is some handouts to help you prepare for tests, deal with test anxiety. A lot of times people have a hard time with test anxiety in math, so there's some handouts to help you out with that. Most of this is handouts. The last two things are videos, one on how to make a practice test and one on how to take a practice test that you have made. Take a look at this stuff, especially if you feel like it might be helpful to you. If you find any of it especially helpful or maybe not helpful, like anti-helpful, let me know. I always appreciate feedback on these things. So there's helpful information. Below that, I have content posted for the first two sections of Chapter 1. Notes 1.1 PDF is just what you think it is. That's a PDF of the notes for that first section. And then below that, links to two videos that cover the content for that section. So the plan basically as you work through the course is to take a look at the notes and watch the videos. So that's how that goes. And I have the notes for 1.3 there, but not the lecture just yet. So 2 parts for the 1.1 lecture and then 3 parts for the 1.2 lecture. All right, so that's everything that is on Canvas for right now. The next part is to take a syllabus for our course, which if you click on that, it'll open it inside of Canvas. I find it easier to read if I download the document and look at it kind of separately online. So that is going to be our next part, just taking a look at the syllabus. All right, so as I'd said, this course is Math 10, which is college algebra at COD. This is summer 2024, and of course the course is online. I'm the instructor, Dan Kleinfelter. My email is here as shown. Email me anytime. I do check my email every day during the week and occasionally on weekends. If you do email me, I would appreciate it if you'd put Math 10 in the subject line or somewhere in the body of the email so that I know, in case it's not obvious, so that I know which class you're in. I have 2 classes this summer, your class and also a calculus class. So it'll help me answer you more quickly if you tell me which class you're in. Okay. I have an office on the Palm Desert campus in MSTC 246E. I have office hours on Mondays and Tuesdays, 12:30 to 1:30 there. I'm working on getting Zoom office hours set up. As soon as I get that set up, I will let you know through a Canvas message or an email. But for now, at least, we have in-person office hours, and then Zoom office hours will be coming. Okay, content of the course, this, take a look at it. This may or may not mean anything to you. If not, that's okay. That's what we're here for, is to learn what all these things are. Basically, the course covers functions and a bunch of different types of functions. The idea of domain and range and f of x notation if you have some algebra experience. Different types of functions like polynomial functions, exponential and logarithm functions, and their graphs and equations involving these kinds of functions and all of that sort of good stuff. And I'll leave it to you to read through the rest of that. This course serves as a prerequisite for Math 9, which is business calculus at COD. The primary purpose I've found that people take this course for is to fulfill a math requirement. So most people take this class just to get a transfer level math class, but some people are taking it to meet the prerequisite for taking business calculus. All right, so that is basically the purpose of our course. Prerequisites for the course, that is basically the kinds of things that you should know in order to maximize your chances of being successful in the course. That would be a C or higher in intermediate algebra. So courses that COD used to offer, like Math 45 and 49, which were intermediate algebra, or maybe Algebra 1 or Algebra 2 in high school, would be what you would want to have completed. Some advisories or recommendations would be English 51 and Reading 51. We're not here to read short stories or write essays or anything like that, but having some experience and skills with reading and writing will help you in reading through the textbook, reading through my notes, working through story problems and things of that sort. Intermediate algebra and arithmetic, you should be pretty good at working with fractions. Even if you're rusty, you can review a little bit, but working with fractions and decimals to an extent. In general, you should correct gaps in your prerequisite knowledge as they come up. If you have any questions about your prerequisites, about whether you're prepared for the class or not, then let me know and we'll figure it out. I did want to mention that California has passed some legislation within the last several years that makes it so that the counselors at C are not allowed to tell students if they're unprepared for a math course and can't recommend remedial courses to students. So just so that you're aware. This class is asynchronous, meaning that there are no set meeting times. You don't have to like log in at 11 o'clock in the morning every day or anything like that. There are no set meeting times for this course. All of the videos are like this one. They're going to be pre-recorded and posted on Canvas, and you can more or less work at your own pace in the course. Of course, you have to meet deadlines, like getting the homework done by its due date and things of that sort, but you don't have to get on at a specific time, and there are no live lectures. I'd mentioned that the coursework will be completed using My Open Math, which is some free software, which we'll talk about in another video. Textbook for the course, we're going to be using the free OpenStax pre-calculus book, and the URL for it is shown on your screen. I realize our class is college algebra and I'm using a pre-calculus book. It turns out for OpenStax, the pre-calculus book has kind of college algebra embedded in it. And so we're just fine using that. You can also use the 7th edition of College Algebra by Stewart, or actually really just about any college algebra book. They're virtually just about all the same and cover all the same topics, just in different orders with different emphases. How your grade is calculated, we'll be having 3 exams this summer worth 14% of your grade each. That makes a total of 42% of your grade. Homework done on My Open Math, which makes 25% of your grade. Video assignments, which we'll talk about more in the My Open Math class or My Open Math video, but those are worth 5% of your grade. In case you're worried, those are not videos you're going to make. They're going to be where you watch a video and then answer questions based on the content of the video. Okay, relatively low pressure there. 3% of your grade is participation and discussion questions. I had mentioned in the part where we were looking at Canvas how there's discussions there. We'll be posting some discussion questions for you to respond to, and that will help to contribute to that 3%. On the last day, we'll have a final exam, which is worth 25% of the grade, and that covers everything that we will have done. There's no makeups for missed work. You'll want to keep track of due dates. You may want to get a special, like a separate dedicated calendar just for this course, or at least log into My Open Math and check due dates pretty regularly, because if you miss work, there's no makeups for it. Exams will be scheduled in advance, and we'll be having them generally occur on Thursdays unless something comes up. But Thursdays, I'll give you a week's notice that an exam is coming up, and I'll be setting it up so that you'll typically have 90 minutes for each exam within a 2 to 4 hour time window. This may change, but if it does change, it'll be to your benefit, making the time window larger. Okay, if you have concerns about the exam time, then let me know. Our final exam is on the last day of the summer session. That's on August 1st. For that test, because it's comprehensive, you'll have 2 hours to complete the whole test. More information on the final when it comes. I will tell you that the final exam can't be taken early or late. And so set aside this day right now, August 1st. That's an important day for us. None of the exams, including the final, can be taken early or late. If you do miss one of those first 3 exams, that is one of the ones here right under assessment that are worth 14% of your grade. If you miss one of those, I'll replace that exam with whatever score you earn on the final. But you need to send me an email or Canvas message or something to let me know that that has happened. And also, only one score will be replaced in this way. If you have the misfortune of missing like 2 tests or hopefully not 3 tests, those other missed tests will count as 0. So make sure to miss no more than 1 test. Okay, there's no makeups for the final. If you miss the final, that's it. So like I said, make sure to take note of the date. Don't miss deadlines. You need to keep track of due dates. Okay, you need to earn a 90% for an A, 80% for B, 70 for a C, and 60 for a D. Also worth noting is that no rounding is guaranteed. A 79.8%, for example, might still end up being a C. So if you have your heart set on a B, make sure that you get your percent up over 80, for example. So no rounding is guaranteed. Okay, homework will be completed using My Open Math. You'll want to check My Open Math regularly, so multiple times per week. An important fact, when you set up your account on My Open Math, the name that you use there needs to match the name that COD has on Canvas for you. So your Canvas name has to match the My Open Math name. If for some reason that's impossible, then let me know so that I can make a note of it, but we really want to strive to make it so that those two names match. Okay, you're going to need a scientific calculator. I may prohibit the use of calculators on some exams. You can't use a graphing calculator and you can't use your phone. Okay. Attendance. Your attendance isn't used in computing your grade. So this is an online course. We don't meet physically in person or anything, but by attendance, I mean logging into My Open Math and doing work, or logging into Canvas and watching videos and viewing the notes, things of that sort. People who do those things tend to complete the class successfully and get a higher grade. People who don't tend not to. I may end up dropping you from the course if you don't do work in My Open Math for 4 or more consecutive days without contacting me. A nice feature of this course is that it is asynchronous. You can do the work at 2 o'clock in the morning if you want, or at 8 a.m. or 6 o'clock while you're making dinner. Not ideal, but you could do it. A lot of flexibility. So if you don't log in and do any work for like 4 days, I might just assume that you're not coming back. So if you do intend to drop the class, you should do that. If you do intend to keep the class, but somehow you can't do the work, then contact me. Classroom conduct, this being an online class, the rules for conduct are relatively straightforward. Be honest and civil and courteous to one another. If you post to the discussion forums, be polite and use work or school appropriate language. If several people are in my office hours, we're going to take turns. Okay, so pretty easy. Students with disabilities, read through the paragraph there. Let me know if that applies to you as soon as possible. Academic integrity, basically don't cheat on the class. There's negative consequences for that. There's no extra credit in our course. You want to do as well as you can the first time to work on doing your best. There's no extra credit and no do-overs, so try to do your best from the first day. Some advice, a lot of people find math challenging. A lot of people like math. Well, some people like math. A lot of people like math. A lot of people really don't. Some things that make it hard, the terminology, the fact that math is really exact, having things almost right is not really right. A lot of people find that difficult. Word problems give people hard times. So for whatever the reason, here are some suggestions that can make this better. You should log into Canvas and My Open Math at least 4 days a week. You should work on math every day. It is possible for you to do your work maybe only once or twice a week, but that's not ideal. It's better to log in more frequently and do your work more frequently for smaller periods, and instead of doing huge marathon sessions of trying to get all the work done in one afternoon or evening. Try to maintain a positive attitude, even if this is not your favorite subject, which is okay. Keep in mind that you're doing this course to meet some goal of yours. And so, in a sense, you do want to take this class, whether it may not seem like it sometimes. I plan on you reading the book. Not everything you need to know will be covered in the book or in the lectures, although we try. There may be some background knowledge that you are missing, prerequisite information that you need to catch up on, things of that sort. So make sure to read the textbook when you need to. And much of this that you can read. Learning takes work. You must do most of the work. There's a limit to how much you can do by sitting and looking at the notes and watching the videos. You have to really get out paper and work through problems yourself in order to really learn it. Okay. Math requires practice. If we could just tell you something and 5 minutes later you understood it, that would be great. And we'd be done like tomorrow. But it doesn't work that way. It takes time for things to get settled into your mind, and you have to actually struggle through problems, get the wrong answer, and do it over a couple of times maybe in order to really get it. Math takes practice. That does lead to some frustrating times, but that is the nature of the subject. Okay, make sure to give yourself the amount of time that you need. All right, student learning outcomes, read through that. That is supposed to be a semi-everyday language description of what we're to learn in the course. And that is everything. So take a look at the syllabus, take a look at Canvas, and let me know if you have any questions on any of this. What you're to do next is we're about at the end of this introduction start here video. What you're to do next is read through the syllabus on your own if you're interested. I would watch the intro to my open math video after that and see about getting that account set up. If you have any difficulty getting that account set up, or if you have any questions about the syllabus or grading or what you may need to buy for this class, which is nothing, then let me know. Send me a message through Canvas or send me an email. So that's it. Let me know if you have any questions, and welcome to the class, and have a great day.